Can you see my screen?
Yes,
Hello?
yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Okay, so I'll continue. The teachers as transformational leaders, that is how I title my presentation. So, what is teaching to transform? How can we transform our students? So, teaching to transformation takes place when learning and faith fit together and cannot succeed without one another. So, we know that we all are teachers and we teach, we know how to transact our curriculum well, but are we really helping our students to transform life? Are we transforming the soul, the inner being of the child? So if it has to take place, faith and information or the learning should take place side by side. Only the real transformation will take place. So God has appointed us or invited us to become the caretakers of the renewal in everything we do. I used to ask my students when I did the orientation day, do you have a calling to be a teacher? If you want to be a real teacher, have you recognized that call to be a teacher? Because teaching is not just a mere 8 hours job. It requires more than that. Going that extra mile to help your students transform their inner soul and mold them and shape them. So God invites us that to take up that responsibility and thereby praising God and pointing others to Lord's good work. Because we say that from our Indian tradition that Asadodma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityodma Amridam Gamaya. So that means from the untruth, we are leading them to truth. They used to say, knowingly or unknowingly, they say that, okay, it is teacher who helps to see the good works of the God. It is teacher who opens the eyes, the inner eyes of the students to see the good work. So what is the current situation today? We know that for secular education, our children have everything around. The knowledge is at their fingertips. Like anytime money, they have anytime learning. So at the button of a computer, they get whatever they require. So they are bombarded with more information. And one of the study in 1900 has given a report that by the end of the century, there will be knowledge will be doubling. But by 2013, the knowledge has doubled every 13 months. So how much knowledge has evolved and developed and bombarded in this century? We have to think about it. So students have knowledge, information. What we need to give, it's not only knowledge. They will get that through any means. What education we have to provide is for the knowledge to transform their heart, their to make them real human beings, to love one another, to care for one another. So many a times we teachers also have the notion about success. How do you call yourself as a successful teacher, or how do you say your student or your school as a successful institution? So when students become prominent or when they come out with successful results and colors, we try to hold them as evident that our school is prominent and successful. Is it the real success? So they may get 100% results. Your school might have got 100% result. My college might have got 100% result. And I got a gold, like one of my students secured gold medal. So is it only that makes me happy or satisfied? Many times what happens when you see the success, pride enters our heart. So what happens is we'll become pride driven, and then we will make that caption like my school is the biggest school, or my school is the most prominent school. So are we, instead of that, are we guiding our students towards God? So when they follow the path of God, when they have some value system in them, when they are humane, do we consider that as a success or not? So success is not merely getting 100% results or gold medal. Success is how we are depending on the work of Holy Spirit in the souls to make them into kind of Christ honoring graduates or students that we would like to produce. So what is our role? Our role as teachers to acknowledge that the starting point, we know the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So for the starting point, we should recognize that it is God who created everything, the entire realm of space and matter, and without him, nothing would exist. So we have to point out to that. We have to make our students understand it is all knowledge is given by God, and the recognizing or understanding the importance of God in everything. And how do we accomplish so our purpose, our goal in life? So education as the reshaping of a child's soul, in contrast to the discovery models of education. We have studied various principles, various theories. We teach our teachers also this, but actually really the real shaping of the child's souls is the real education. It's not that we have to create the inquisitiveness, we have to help them to construct knowledge, but above that, it is that reshaping of the child's inner man or the soul. So what should be our focus? We want our students to be disciplined, we want order in life, but above orderly life, it becomes a monotony, or it becomes hazardous when we overtake the joy of experiencing God's grace above orderly life. So it is like we should understand that when we see some students, they may not be behaving well, they may not be well disciplined, and we say that, oh, that child, he is very naughty, he is very arrogant, he is some delinquent behavior, and we neglect them. Rather than that, we show that grace of God to them, and also we also show that concern and try to shape them. So it's like making students, many a times what happened is that when we follow very orderly and systematic and a very disciplined life and order in our schools or colleges, it's like we make the students jump through hoops and obey the rules, and like they are like puppets, mere puppets. So they do learn, but they don't love God, they don't enjoy learning. That is mere moralism, and it is the worst enemy to true Christianity. But if we rely on ourselves rather than on God's work in our hearts for our students, that will not produce any fruits. So always, it's not our ability or my smartness or my eloquence as a teacher that is bringing change in students. Rather, it is the God's work in each child's life that is bringing a transformation in the life of a student. That should be always we should keep that in mind, that it is not our ability, it's not our potential, that is dependence upon God. So when we start our class regularly, if we depend upon God, then our life will become more God centered, and we will not take glory for all the success. It is God's work. So many times we think that it is because what we do that our students are becoming successful. It's not that we do, we are just instruments. We are just what you call artist in the studio who molds, just like a potter who molds the clay into the shape and design what you want to make. Like it may be a flower vase, or it may be a vessel that is used in cooking. So it is the desire of the what you call the sculpture, or the potter who molds. In the same manner, teachers, we have this material in our hand, that students in our hand, to shape the character, to shape the heart. So value oriented education is the need of hour. So our aim should be like students also should not become victims of the subtleties of pride or arrogance or despair. Help them to have the life skills, to have patience, to have endurance. Many a times we read students commit suicide, or students are not able to cope up with the stress of life. So it is we as teachers, as a good counselors, good guide and a good listener to them, listen to the problem and help them to come out of all those kind of habits. We have to keenly observe the life of our students. So a good teacher brings his or her life into teaching. It's not what is written in the textbook we transact. It should be that our life should be a role model for our students. So a good teacher's life, we cannot separate that from the instruction that we give. So a teacher's life is the most influential power, and that brings transformation in the life of the students. So the spiritual teacher help in the transformation, and the students' behavior also depend upon a teacher's behavior. So try to integrate values through our curriculum. Whatever may be the subject we teach, maybe physics, maybe biology, maybe chemistry or mathematics or language or social studies, try to integrate that curriculums. I try to create a culture of values in our school. It's not that value education we give through a separate period. Through all the subjects and through our behavior, we try to integrate the value to our students. So biblical values can be integrated in our curriculum, and the hidden curriculum. So we Christian teachers and leaders to be very careful about our own behavior first. Are we punctual? Are we committed to our profession? Are we showing that dedication in our profession? Our students also will follow it knowingly or unknowingly. We need not impose on them, force on them. They will emulate what is good in us. To be Christ-like person is a kingdom person. So working in the kingdom is our way of life. This is said by Cornelius Platinka. So try to follow that and be a transformational leader who shows by example, who's an encourager, yet he corrects and rebukes and intercedes on behalf of our students. So that is very important. Many times we complain our students, they are not studying well, they're not coming out with good colors. So always try to intercede, pray on their behalf. So I used to do that. That's why I can tell you this, because my students, I pray for my students. God has given me that grace to pray for them. So try to be an interceder or intercessor on their behalf, and be grateful and remember the ways God has helped us. See, many times in my methodology, I used to get a lot of students who are very weak in communication, who intend to become language teachers, but they are very weak in communication. So first, many years I used to think, why God only I'm getting these type of students? But later then God reminded me, because of them you exist, because of them you are a teacher there. So you are placed in that position to teach even the weaker students, not only the smart students. So we teachers should not be prejudiced or biased to any student. We are there placed to help our students to transform their life. We know that how Jesus, the great teacher, has transformed the world and still transforming the world. And we know how our former president, Sri Abdul Kalam ji, who was inspired by his teacher. And we have know many stories of many successful people, how one teacher has played a role in their life. And I know many of you may be knowing the story of Teddy Stoddart's and Mrs. Thompson. Since there is no time, I will not be able to share the story, but how the teacher has transformed the life of that shabby looking young guy. When teacher understood and built confidence in him, how he has changed his life and he become an MD. We don't know whether it is a real story or not, but that teacher was an instrument in transforming the life of Teddy Stoddart. So I hope we are called to be teachers. We are all called to be teachers. I encourage you to be good teachers who mold and shape our students who are coming before us, and our life should be a model for them. Thank you for giving this opportunity once again, and thank you for listening to us. Now I request Brother Sam to throw some light about MCTF. What MCTF and what did it stand for? Over to you, Brother Sam.
Thank you, Asha. Thank you for that inspiring talk. Yes, we are all here to transform the lives of people that God has given in our hands. And MCTF is all about that. Let me share a few details about MCTF. Let me share my screen with you. Hope you can see my screen. And as I told you in the beginning, MCTF is an initiative of Leader Impact, which is a ministry of Campus Crusade for Christ. And, Leader Impact is all about helping leaders live out their calling, leaders to be developed into kingdom leaders. We consider every teacher, every doctor, every advocate, and every IT professional as a leader. They are leaders of the society, and they have a lot of influence. And, we like to see that these leaders become kingdom leaders and transformational leaders. And that is what we engage in Leader Impact. So we are talking about the Kingdom Leader Challenge, When we look at Bible, God's original design, we see it in Genesis chapter 1, verse 26 to 28. We see that the purpose of humanity as given by God In fact, it was a job description given to Adam. It was about taking care of his creation. Of course, he said, be fruitful, multiply, and replenish, and fill the earth. The command is for the humanity to flourish while taking care of what God has made. And, in this context, we need to understand our work. In this context of God's purpose, our work becomes very meaningful. Our work, whether you are a teacher or you are an IT professional or a doctor or an engineer, everything works together for taking care of God's creation. And that is where our work has a better meaning and a better foundation. And you all know that there is a problem that happened in the Garden of Eden. Because of the fall, because of Satan entering into the picture. The creation is broken and humanity's efforts are corrupted. And we know that, all significant spheres of influence are all deeply corrupted. Every segment needs change. Passing more laws or building better systems are no solution. If that was the case, we would have achieved it already. The root issue of personal morality, responsibility, and compassion are all the issue of an individual heart. And so that is where we are trying to address. The solution for that is Jesus. Only Jesus can transform the hearts of the individuals. Then we need to understand that there is an urgent need for Christ-centered transformational leadership. We need to address this overwhelming need of the society only through Jesus Christ and through transformational leaders who would apply those principles in the lives of people. So we need kingdom leaders who are disciple makers, who can bring real transformation to the world. Jesus said, go and make disciples of all the world. In other words, he wanted his ambassadors to be all over the world taking this kingdom values. So we are looking for kingdom leaders, to be disciple makers, and they can move forward. And, when we talk about kingdom leaders, I see some background noise. If you can mute yourself, that would be great. We are talking about kingdom leaders, and the kingdom leaders in all strategic domains of the society, business or government or IT professionals, educators, and arts and science, arts and entertainment. All these areas are, all these areas are, highly influential areas. Sometimes we used to call these as the 7 mountains of influence. If you have kingdom leaders in all these domains, we have a greater impact in the country, in the society. And educators play a very vital role in that, and that is why we are together here as MCTF, Mysore Christian Teachers Fellowship. We have a greater role in developing kingdom leaders, and that would in fact transform the society. So moving forward, let me explain a few things about Mysore Christian Teachers Fellowship, which is education domain initiative of leader impact. Now, why MCTF? Even Sister Asha also mentioned a few things about that in her special talk. Education without values, as useful as it is, seems rather to make a man a more clever devil. C.S. Lewis said this. Education and all the other things can inform people, but only Christ can transform. The great opportunity to build the nation lies with today's teachers or today's educators. When I say this, you would be aware of the contribution of Christian teachers in the nation building. And, I personally believe that we are where we are today as a nation of India is because of the education that we have received. And I would proudly say that this was brought to us through the Christian educators. Okay, and to be an educator in today's world, I would say, is a mission call from God. God is calling you to be a teacher in today's world. And another mission statistic is that 80% of the born again believers, they accepted Christ when they were in school or they were in college. So there's a great potential even in the mission as we understand it for teachers, and how a teacher can influence the life of people. These are some of the things that we wish to do through MCTF. We like to help the Christian teachers to understand the importance of their career as a call from God. We like to grow them in their faith through prayer and study and witness, and also help them in their holistic development. We like to help Christian teachers by creating a platform for sharing best practices, creating an environment of learning. And also we like to provide training for value education. In fact, we have a training for value education in partnership with Character Solutions International, which is an organization that has developed a curriculum for school children. So I'll be showing a video about that at the end, and we are offering this training to teachers in our city also. And these are certain things that we want to see happening, and our outcome, what we are expecting through MCTF, is every Christian educators to be mobilized to become an influencer in the institution, or every member of MCTF to be equipped to become a change agent and in their sphere of influence. Or another outcome is Christian educators to be trained to conduct integrated value education in their schools. You will be able to do value education in your institutions. And also we like to see that regular fellowship and learning opportunities for Christian educators in the city are provided. We also like to establish MCTF peer learning centers in your schools, because we are all adults and we learn in peer mentoring environment. So these are some of the outcomes that we want to accomplish through MCTF. Now, how do we do it? In Leader Impact, when we work with leaders, we try to address their spiritual, their professional, and their personal leadership. And when we do that, when we enhance the spiritual, professional, and personal leadership, we believe that a great amount of impact is going to happen. As you see it in this Venn diagram, you can see when these three components are enhanced, there is a tremendous amount of impact that we can create. And we help leaders follow Christ effectively, integrating their faith with their vocation and make disciples as Jesus commanded us to do. And this is how we help educators. Well, I believe that God is calling you to be a kingdom leader. And the question is, would you like to join this kingdom leader process? And I'm sure that you would consider it seriously. That is all about Leader Impact. And I just wanted to take one more, probably a few more moments to share with you that video that I told you about, Character Solutions International. It is an organization that created this curriculum for value education. So let me just share that video with you. It's a 4-minute video, and I hope you will be able to watch this. All right, let's watch this video.
India, with its second largest population of 1.3 billion in the world, with people with different languages, religious and cultural background and character. The purpose of the video journey is to enable you to understand clearly and deeply into the relevance of Character Solutions International, teaching to the young and old alike in all walks of life and its ripple effect or influence in molding their varied character qualities to a desirable and fruitful and admirable level which is acceptable to the society, also paving the way to know the truth. The end results of CSI, done through its wonderful tools and dedicated team of trainers, can be seen across India in what we aptly refer to as the ripple effect. A strong family makes a strong nation. Character Solutions International Training has caused strong family bonding and loyalty and bringing relationships within the family unit in harmony.
Character Solution, these books helps me individually and helps my family also to build them strong, so that in the day-to-day life the children they feel that there is many problems comes to their life, there many problems they face, but once their character is being built, so at the time of some kind of temptation when it comes into their life, the character helps them to overcome.
I'm Mrs. Franklin, Principal Bishop Cotton Girls. Cultivating character is very, very important in the school level, the life of a child in the school. And this book, Cultivating Character, has been very useful for our teachers as well as the students. The rings of character, it's wonderful. And every child should know and should practice in life. And this is what we believe in teaching at school level. Academics is not everything. Character building is a salient feature and an important integral part of our education. And this book had been very useful. There was a seminar conducted in the school for about 500 students from standards 8, 9 and 10. These girls who attended this seminar, they were very much enriched, and it was very encouraging for them to know how they have to cultivate their character. And the teachers are using it even today in the morning assemblies, the common assembly, what the teachers take every day. They bring out certain points from this book.
We shouldn't be blind to all this. We should work hard. We should go and help everyone who's over there. We need to really reach out to the people and help them. We need to go visit orphanages, aid centers, and help them in whichever possible way, whether it's monetary help or just to go and make them feel happy. We should really, really help them. We should really, make them feel like there's someone there out to care for them. And this program really helped me. They really taught me how to, to show compassion to others.
I'm Jayashree Das. I'm a teacher in New World School, Cuttack. As a teacher, it's my added responsibility not only to educate the children and also to build their characters. Earlier, we didn't have any good materials, but now this Character Solution had a meeting in our schools. We teachers attended it. We have got the materials, and we find these materials very good and very...
CSI program and teaching has been a very effective and powerful tool. It is now a challenge for pastors, teachers, principals and CEOs to take it forward. I is grateful for all leaders in schools, colleges, churches and organizations for their active cooperation and involvement in training, making the desire of Dr. Skip and CSI team a reality in India.
I hope this gives you, in a nutshell, what is the Character Solutions International Training and how is it helping teachers and students and families, how it is an instrument of transformation for the society itself. So, in your chat box, we are sending you a link. This is actually a feedback form. We would definitely like to hear from you, and we definitely want all of you to join MCTF and be an active member in this. And also we like to request several of you to join the leadership team of MCTA, because we believe that all of you are eminent teachers in the city and your leadership is very valuable for us to take this call of transformation into our schools and into our society.